so much for joining us. Sorry for all the technical difficulties.
You're so fine. Thanks for having me. Listen, Chicago has been challenging us with internet out here.
It's,
It's wild.
we deal and we are stronger for it.
There
That's
you
for
go.
sure.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on and chatting with us today. Super excited. We have
Of
so much
course.
out. But I have to say, I'm a little sad you all are leaving already. This
Okay,
Sunday is
I was gonna talk about that too. I am also pretty sad. I don't want to leave Chicago. I could like honestly see myself living here one day. It's so beautiful here.
okay. Well, tell us what has been your favorite parts of Chicago and any
Sure.
standout things that you've done. Let us know.
Mhm. I mean, I love food, like all kinds of food. I'm not picky. I've been to Alinea like when I first got here. That was amazing. If anyone still is thinking about going, stop thinking and just go at this point. It is so 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 good. Um, Honestly, I think Chicago has been my favorite part about Chicago. Like spending Christmas here was really special. My mom got to come out and she's never been, so we got to explore Chicago and just walking around and seeing the city do Christmas and the lights were so beautiful. Yeah, a lot of Chicago has been my favorite part about
Good.
Chicago.
Okay, tell us, is this your first time being here or have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've never been here
Oh,
before.
well, okay, well, you got to experience all of the seasons, which is
Okay,
exciting.
listen, that -20 though, that was a little painful. That was a little
Yeah.
painful.
Okay, well, we have so much to chat about, and I want to start at the beginning of your journey as an actor and also a dancer as well, because I want to get into your dance captain role as well.
Okay.
But what really sparked your love for?
Uh, Definitely when I was a kid, it was the feeling it gave me. Like a lot of theater, I think with the exception of Cats, we're telling stories of other humans um, and their lives, and it just kind of inspired me to live my life, and go through all the things we do as humans. It just helped me feel human a little bit more. And then being able to spread that for other people who needs it is such a beautiful platform. And I think the word inspiring just comes to my mind first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there a point in your life where that interest changed to like, okay, I want to do this as a career one day?
Yeah. Um, my two mentors, Robert Clader and Licia Kay, they really turned that dream into reality. I trained at their studio called Clader K Theater Works. At the time, it was in North Carolina. And they really just made my dream come true. They taught me how auditions worked in New York, and when we did our little showcases and things, they rehearsed and did everything that a New York production would do. So I was able to jump into the New York scene and not feel totally thrown off guard. I was prepared for a lot of things.
Absolutely. For other folks out there who, are thinking that their next step is going to be New
Mhm.
York, what advice would you give them as they're navigating that decision?
Stay open. Yeah, of course. I would say stay open, be kind to people. People want to work with really nice people. So if you're running around complaining about how hard it was to get to work or how you couldn't sleep last night, people aren't going to want to work with that. You want to stay positive, and uh, also set your ego aside. We're all coming together to serve this peace. Sorry, there's a fire truck outside if you guys are hearing that. We're all coming together to serve a peace, and so you can't let yourself be the one to start dragging that down. Um, Stay open and be nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, now let's jump to, your journey with Hamilton.
hmm
And when the show first came out, were you a big fan? Did you jump on that bandwagon, or did it take you a second to, become a fan
I
of the
think it
show?
took me literally 1 second. Like, I had a few friends who knew about the show, and one of my friends sat me down and gave me headphones and was like, I'm gonna play video games. You just need to listen to this album real fast. And I was like, okay. And I sat there for like 2 hours and listened to the whole thing and was like, oh yeah, I'm a fan. You know, and then I saw it and it blew my mind. And you know, I always whenever I feel like it's a little bit like Groundhog Day, if you've ever seen that movie where it's just like the same thing over and over and over again, because you know we do the same show 8 times a week. It I think back to that first feeling it gave me and how much I fell in love with the show. Um, Big fan. I mean, when was the first time you saw the show? Were you like obsessed the first time?
Yeah, I saw it back in high school when we were doing the sit down production here.
Right,
And I remember, I mean, of course, I like binged the soundtrack on repeat.
of course.
But like being in that room and, you know, putting action and word and, you know, or like seeing it spelled out and in front of you is just, it's such a gift.
I agree, dude. I would listen to that every day driving to school. In North Carolina. Yeah, it was that show. This show is so special.
So you mentioned, you know, you are doing the show eight times a week, and so how are you keeping it fresh? And I
Mhm,
guess this also leads into the fact that you are a swing, so
mhm.
you multiple tracks as well.
That's true. Fortunately, I don't perform 8 times a week. I'm able to conserve my energy a lot easier. Um, Keeping it fresh, I mean, I think my answer is diving into the human aspect of it. One thing we can all feel every day, no matter how we're feeling, is human. You know, we all know what it feels like to be tired or energetic or excited or sad or anything, you know? So, um, being able to show up and put that into your performance, keeping it real for the audience so they can watch a real story being told. Um, and then just being smart enough to like authentically check in with yourself and be like, okay, what am I giving today? Am I a little bit tired? Okay, then how am I going to like conserve my energy and still give the performance that I need? Or maybe I got really good news and I'm really excited and I have a platform to be able to share this with someone else from the audience.
Absolutely. Well, I want to jump to your dance captain role, and someone just commented asking what show we are talking about, and we are talking about Hamilton, all about Hamilton.
Hello.
So your dance captain role, when you were first auditioning for the show, were you auditioning specifically to become a dance captain, or did that come later?
That came later. I was auditioning just to be in the show. You know, again, I was obsessed with Hamilton and I um did what we call a boot camp. There's a week-long audition where you have a schedule for the week. You get paid for 1 week, and you get to work with the associate choreographer and the associate music director. And that was my last step before getting into the show. And I joined as a swing. And then I learned all of my tracks. It took about 6 months. And then I got a call just asking my interest in being a dance captain, and I was like, you know, I'm still pretty new. I'm younger to the scene as well, so I was like, as long as you guys give me space to learn in the position, then this would be something I would love to do. And then a couple of days later, they called back and they were like, we'd love to offer you dance captain. And so, you know, I got really excited and watched a lot of videos and what it meant to be dance captain, and I've been dance captain for a little over a year now, and I've been loving
So
it.
for the folks who aren't as familiar, what does it mean to be a dance
Good
captain?
question. This is hi Trevor. Oh, sorry, one of the Hamilton people in Abu Dhabi right now. Hamilton's everywhere, y'all. um, a dance captain position is um we're there to help maintain the creative image of the choreography, and also musical staging. So basically, I'll help teach new people when they come into the show. And when I'm not performing on the stage, I am watching the show and just like giving reminders to people about like either what the step is or like what number we're supposed to stand on, like little adjustments like that. I'm just there to help a little bit.
Incredible. For those who are watching and are thinking, you know what, I think I might want to be a dance captain one day for a show in the future. What piece of advice would you give this person?
Uh, I kind of mentioned this before. I said at one point, like, set your ego aside. Um, Again, like, you're not, my job isn't just to tell people what to do, you know, it's when people need it, obviously, and when the show needs that certain note. Um, uh, I would say create a system. I think having a system is so important with how you stay organized and with how your brain works. Because your system might not be the same as everyone else's system, but once you have your system, you are able to present that with someone else and work together and be a team in the space. Also, be a team member.
Okay, well, we have to know, what is your current favorite number to perform in?
I mean, everyone says this, and I wish I could give a different answer, but Skylar Sisters. Um, you know, when the turntable turns in like two different directions, that moment when I saw it was so magical. It was like it goes down as like musical theater history for me. And I will say riding that turntable is just as fun as it looks. Like I wish I could be I wish I could tell people who are like dying to ride that turntable that it's not that fun. But getting to like walk around and groove and celebrate with your friends on the stage is an experience, you know, that you don't get everywhere. So it's so special to perform that number for me. Do you have
Well,
a
I have to tell you,
favorite
I
number in the show? To
mean,
see
all of them,
which
obviously.
one?
All of them.
There's like 50 of them.
Okay,
There's so many.
well, I have to say, I had the privilege and honor of being backstage this past Saturday matinee during the opening number.
Oh my God. I think I was on stage. I saw you
There
then.
we go. Yeah,
Did
that was
you
me.
have a camera?
So, sorry,
Were you holding a
I was
camera?
holding a camera.
Yeah, I know.
That
I saw you.
was me.
Hey.
So, for those who are watching, video coming soon. So, but just seeing you all for the summer. I mean, first of all, you all are such a well-oiled machine, and it's
Mm,
insane. And not only the choreography on stage, but the choreography backstage
mm,
too, and not just the actors, but the entire crew, and
exactly.
just witnessing that, I was like, oh my gosh, my appreciation for the show in general and for all who are working in it has just gone up a billion times, because it's like, this is insanely cool. They're doing insanely fun things. But I think being backstage reminded me that, like, this is work and this is a job that you all are doing
Mhm.
um, so magnificently. So I think, like, seeing that, I think the first number just like rose to the top for me a little bit. But
So special. And I think because it's the first thing out of almost a 3 hour long show, you know, we kind of lose that. But the creatives really spent so much time into that first number and setting the tone through the whole show and what we're going to touch. That first number is very special. And yeah, that backstage traffic is crazy. You know, um, there's things being flown up onto the deck. We have a lot of tables that kind of stack on top of each other, and some theaters, fortunately, the Nederlander, there's so much space that if we wanted to expand beyond our deck, we could. But some theaters are so tight, so all we have is just the little bit that you saw backstage, which is probably what, like 8 feet about from like when you leave the stage to the edge. So, you know, we have to fly all those tables up, and that's all choreography that goes up on certain parts of the song. And we have to know when that's happening, so we're not just like goofing around and like now we're like hitting a table, you know, with our face and then having to go on stage after that.
absolutely. Well, I think that carries us to. I mean, we are we're coming to the end of our time here, but to round us out, what is something that you wish folks in the audience knew about you slash you all as performers on stage?
um I would say, um I'm so sorry, ask the question one more time.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
such a good answer.
What are some things that you wish the audience knew about you as a performer slash like all of the actors in general?
um I wanted to give a different answer, which is why I asked you again to buy me some time. But my thing goes right back to just like being human. Um, you know, that that's something that we can all relate to, and that's the reason why we come to the theater, is um to hear a story that we either need or just want to gain a new perspective on, and that's why we're there as well. It's a platform to be able to um share what we feel as well, and that's something that we can all relate to. And it's not that we're these crazy super athletes that are untouchable, and it's something that you can't do. It's something that everyone can do as long as you put your mind to it and put focus into it. And that, yeah, we're all the same when it comes to what we want to do. There's nothing that like that proscenium doesn't make us any different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. We're so grateful. For all those who are watching, come out, come see Hamilton. You have like a week left.
Hey, we have more shows.
Crazy. Y'all leave January 28th and playing at the James M. Nederlander Theater. Tickets are going quite fast, I will say. So you want to get your butt to the theater. It's just a lot of fun.
Run.
It's so good.
Run.
Yes. Run, don't walk. Ticket details at BroadwayInChicago.com. We have our $49 rush tickets. If you are looking for our special offers, they're on there. But again, all those details and more at BroadwayInChicago.com. Come out and come see Devin and the rest of this incredible company. They're doing great stuff. So, Devin, thank you so much, and enjoy your last week in Chicago.
We're Chicago so much. Oh my gosh. We're gonna miss y'all. Have a good
Bye.
bye.